Oh boy. Woo! Oh yeah. That first swallow, all the juices, all the flavors. Yeah. 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 Oh boy. You may be wondering, why am I holding my nose while I'm eating every one of the beans from Birdie Bod's Every Flavor Bean?
He's the food scientist that loves food and will put you in a good mood. It's Johnny Aardvark, he's the life of the party.
Hey, what's up, you Aardvark foodies? Today, since Easter is hopping around the corner, we decided we had to dive into the food science of jelly beans. Let me tell you, there's some really cool stuff at play here. Personally though, they're one of my favorite sort of hidden sweet treats. You know, I mean, jelly beans are not known for being like everybody's popular year-round item. They're kind of like those, those little popcorn, candy corn things you get at Halloween. You maybe eat the tip, then you throw the rest of it away, and then you end up with a pile of them by the end of the Halloween season. Jelly beans, we're not gonna give you that bad rap. Instead, we're gonna go flavorful jelly beans. Jelly bean madness. You know, the reason why I like jelly beans is their simplicity. It's just some sugar and some flavor and a little bit of food dye. Not a bad little treat. Let's take a quick look at some of the nutrition facts. So it looks like one whole package right here of our special Save for Later Birdie Bot's Every Flavor Beans from the Harry Potter series. This whole package only has about 120 calories and it is 1.2 ounces. With obviously the principal ingredient is going to be sugar, corn syrup, and then modified starch. But then you get into some of the flavoring and then the coloring. Now, you know, fun fact, someone else really liked jelly beans, and that someone was Ronald Reagan, a former president of the United States. That man was famous for having jelly beans everywhere. He had them in the Oval Office, on Air Force One, heck, pretty much anywhere he would go. They were always jelly beans for him. You know, for me, what really gets me about jelly beans is the coloring. It's just so appealing to the eye to just see all these bright, happy, and wonderful colors. Blue and yellow and pink and orange. I mean, you take a look at these things and they're sort of just brighten up your day. I'm just gonna have a few more while I'm even talking. And when you get a medley of them blending together, flavors just start to explode and combine, like that scene from Ratatouille where he's thinking about all the cheeses and the jams and the breads. Oh my. Now today we decided to start off with sweet tart jelly beans, just to try and get us primed and ready for a little bit of sweeter and more flavorful action than what lies ahead, as far as some interesting flavors we might encounter, like stinky socks, stink bug, or if I get lucky, toasted marshmallow. And you know, that's close enough to a s'more that I'll count it for jelly beans, because I need more of them s'mores. But I'm gonna snack on a few of these sweet treats before we get into the harsher stuff. Delicious. Now I keep going for these blends, but I found a nice little pocket of orange that I'm gonna just try to down all at once and really get a blast of that orange flavor. Nice. Ooh, very chewy. That's the only thing about jelly beans you gotta be ready for. You better get ready for some mastication. One thing I really like about these sweet tart jelly beans specifically is, well, I mean, they're sweet tarts. I always like candies that had a nice little bit of sort of tarty, almost acidity to balance out the sweetness. It really made for a great kick in my opinion. That's why Sour Patch Kids are even some of my favorite snack candies. And these sweet tarts, they'll do the job. And this is a big but, folks. It is very important to keep in mind that these little things are basically just sugar. I mean, when you actually look at the ingredient statement on the back of a box of jelly beans, the first ingredient is sugar. That's because it makes up quite literally the majority of the product. They can't post the exact percentage for recipe and formulation reasons, But literally we're going sugar, corn syrup, modified food starch, and then contains 2% or less of the following puree flavors. So again, tasty, sweet treat, but enjoy in moderation because you can't have this much sugar all at once. You'll be up all night, trust me. Trust me. And you know, I put these beans in this container for a very specific reason. So it'd be easier to eat. And I caught a few. It's gonna take a while. These things are very chewy. And a number of them means I've got a lot of surface area to work with. Remember, surface area is king. Now that we've gotten the fun bit out of the way, it's time to get to work on these Birdie Bots every flavor beans by and from the Harry Potter movie. I mean, take a look at these, folks. I remember having a sack of these actually as a kid. And I remember loving them and the sack even so much, I actually kept it and used it as a dice bag when I played a bunch of games and stuff as I grew up. Monopoly, board games, even Magic the Gathering. But without a doubt, my favorite part was the fact that they not only made these beans, but even chocolate frogs. That was amazing. It was fantastic. And what's really cool is I used to go to these movies, book premieres, everything. I even remember when the 7th and final book came out, they had this crazy release party at, I think, Borders it was at the time. I'll never forget it. They couldn't actually sell it, I believe, until midnight. So they just had all these festivities and games, trivia, you name it. They had it if it was Harry Potter related. I guess that tells you how old I am, because I still know what a Borders bookstore was. I hope nobody can guess my age from that. But anyways, it was a great gathering for all of us Potterheads to get together, talk about Harry Potter. Hell, me and some friends, we even dressed up as wizards. And we grabbed sticks off trees outside and pretended they were magic wands. And the craziest thing, I was so excited to get into this book. Literally, quite literally, as soon as I got my copy, I started reading it. I don't even think I made it out the bookstore before I finished at least a page. And then the entire drive home, I even stayed up a little extra late that night. Not gonna lie, I think it was even a school night, but I don't think anybody would have faulted me. Because come on, who doesn't want to know the epic conclusion of Harry Potter? The craziest thing about this whole book release was the events around, was Snape a good guy or a bad guy? I mean, there were actual debates going on where people were listing out reasons why Snape was definitely a good guy, or he has to be evil and bad at this point because nobody else in their right mind would do these things that he has done. I don't know what to make of it. All I knew was it was time for a Quidditch match, Harry. Now, me personally, I've always been Team Snape. I thought he was a good guy. I could see it, I could sense it in him, I could read it from the books. So that's why I'm really glad that he ended up being a good guy, because we all know how bad Severus Snape. Now it's time to try some of Birdie Bot's every flavor beans. And the cool thing about this packaging, it has one of those really nice little pull and tear tabs, so you can pretty much just get right into it with the pull of a little tab.
Bruh.
Alright, it looks like I've got some interesting ones. This is half the fun, folks. Honestly, just sort of grouping them and separating them out and then figuring out which one is possibly... We had a few more hiders. Okay, we're ready to go. Alright, now I'm not even going to think. I'm not even going to question. I'm going to close my eyes, grab a bean. Alright, this one is hard to call. Thankfully, it's not gross. Doesn't taste like boogers or stinky socks or vomit or any of those other flavors. It almost has like a hint of cinnamon, but I don't know if they have any cinnamon flavors. Let's take a quick peek-sies. There's soap, sausage, rotten egg, marshmallow, earthworm, earwax, dirt, cinnamon, cherry, candy floss, booger, blueberry, black pepper, banana. You know, I wonder if it wasn't a black pepper. That'd be really interesting to get those two flavors, cinnamon and black pepper, mixed up, but hey, what am I, some kind of food scientist? Let's try another. This time, I'm actually gonna look at it before I eat it. Okay, this very well could be earwax. Let's find out.
Yeah, not saying I know what earwax tastes like from personal first-hand experience, but as I mentioned, I have had these beans for quite a large percentage of my life. I have a strong feeling that was an earwax one. I wouldn't go so far as to say rotten egg, but more than likely earwax. Alright, 1 for 1. Let's go with the red one this time. Ah, there it is. That tastes like cherry. Yeah. Oh, and look, cherry's one of those big flavors too. Nope. That one's solid. That one's cherry. No problem. Alright, so that was 3. Let's go for 5 and see if we can. I have a very strong feeling this is soap. But let's find out. Now, I'd hope nobody else has ever tried soap at any point, because thankfully I haven't either. Yep. Sinking suspicion that that one was indeed soap. Which is also terrifying because there's another one right there. Alright. Now again, because I've had these for a large portion of my life, I think I know which one this one's gonna be. I got a strong feeling this one might be bogey. Well, yeah, not great. If anything, has hints of pepper. Arguably hints of greenish. Maybe that's just the color that's biasing me, but of pepper. Green or red or orange or yellow. I wonder if that's what they're trying to use to provide the base for their booger flavored bean. Let's see. Okay, out of all the possible colors and flavors and combination that it seems are out there for this, I do have to strongly believe that that was a booger flavored one. But again, very interesting because it had those strong tastes and notes of pepper. Let me see what types of ingredients could be responsible. They do in fact have black pepper, and that kind of makes sense because I think they actually have an actual black pepper flavored one. Now that I've gone 5 for 5 for Bertie Bott's every flavor jelly bean, I think it's time to really taste what all of them are like together. No beans left behind here. Although it is hard to grab each and every single one of them up off of the table. Alright, let's get into it. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Glass isn't sitting very well. I think it's mixing with black pepper in a way that's not ever intended to have been done by a human being. Oh boy. Woo! Oh yeah. At first swallow, all the juices, all the flavors. Yeah. Oh boy. You may be wondering, why am I holding my nose while I'm eating every one of the beans from Bertie Bott's Every Flavor Beans? Well, it's because there is some neat food science at work behind jelly beans. And I'll tell you in just a second as soon as I finish getting this monstrosity down. But there it is again. And see, there's the science. Jelly beans are an olfactory flavor-based compound, meaning if you just hold your nose while you're eating or chewing them, take for example, you hold your nose, put a booger-flavored one in your mouth, chew it, swallow it, be done with it. You won't actually taste any of the nasty booger flavor while you've got your nose plugged. Because see, it's the chewing that releases these olfactory-based compounds, basically aromatics, that then provide the flavor that you associate that particular bean with, be it cherry, booger, marshmallow, or even one of our sweet tart flavors. Yep, and there it is again. Oh, much easier to get down with your nose plug. There we go. Oh, what was it? So you know what, just because it's for you guys, I'll push it. Again, it's a lot of beans, hard to chew and break down, so this takes some time. This isn't like biting into a hamburger at Wendy's. So what's very interesting is the flavor, aromatics, and compounds that they basically have to not only isolate,
but then be able to either extract or simulate, basically synthesize in the laboratory, so that way they can get those flavors precise and then include them in their various jelly beans. It's a lot of science, something we've gone over a little bit before in terms of, flavorists, research and development chemists, and their job is really tough. I mean, to be able to find the chemical responsible for that trademark smell, if you will, of dead fish, that's a pretty difficult job. And then also, not necessarily probably the best one. Maybe you'd rather find the flavor compounds responsible for, I don't know, say a s'more. Or maybe even just strawberries. But for dead fish, that's a different story. And we've also got stink bug, stinky socks, dirty dishwater, old bandage. I deign to even consider how they were able to isolate that flavor compound. And those are just some. I can't put it on. I have to take a look at the rest of them. Rotten egg, booger, stealing from Harry Potter there, barf, and toothpaste. To be honest, I'd rather go with the toothpaste. The Jelly Bean Company decided to do something really clever, creative, and honestly a brilliant stroke of marketing. They basically made 2 beans that will look identical but taste drastically different. So for example, I've got a lot of these clear light yellow with a few dark yellow spots. According to the back of this box, that's either going to be buttered popcorn, artificially and naturally flavored of course, or rotten eggs. And a really cool thing that not only does the Jelly Bean Company employ, but even the M&M Mars Candy Company brand employs very, shall we say, unique sorting methods and techniques, because they thought one day, who wants to open a pack of M&Ms and just get all green or all blue or all red or all of any color? So they use very special blending techniques that help to try and achieve the similar ratio of colors in each package. Very cool stuff. But enough of that. It's time to feel the burn, or see what's gonna happen. Now I could get lucky. I could get 2 buttered popcorns. Now that one might have been this one, because man, did it not slip right out of my hands. Alright, 2 identical jelly beans. Let's try the first one, fingers crossed. Somehow, there we go. Yep, got lucky. Got that little hint of the buttered popcorn flavor at the very end there. Whew. And buttered popcorns are really pretty easily identified. I mean, if you've ever been to the movie theater, you know what it tastes and smells like. Next one. Let's pray it's not rotten eggs. I think we got pretty lucky here, folks. That tastes like 2 buttered popcorns in a row. But we gotta keep going until we get that rotten egg. Here we go. Ooh, how is that possible? My luck never holds up this one. We've all seen the Super Bowl special. Gotta keep going. And there it is. There is that iconic rotten egg, sulfuric, smell of sulfur, scent. Oh, alright. I think we can call that one a win at least. But let's be honest, who really wins? You guys, because you do not have to do this. That's why I do it, so you don't have to. We've got one more dangerous one to try out. Dead fish. Now it could either be dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. It's a pretty wild spectrum, but let's see if we can't beat it. We beat the odds once before, folks. Let's see if we can't do them again. Now these ones are slightly different. Those ones, due to their, I would say, slightly less opaqueness than these 3 over here, I'm gonna say are either barf or peach. Yeah, I'm gonna hold those 4 over here, and I think these 3 are either dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Fingers crossed. Nope. Lost that one pretty quick. That is not a strawberry banana smoothie. That
tastes like a rotting, dead fish carcass. Oh, remember the trick, folks. Oh, whew. Okay. Oh, no, there it is. You gotta give it some time to really flush out. If you're really smart, you'll have some water on standby. Unfortunately, I'm not that smart.
Bruh.
And now it's time. The moment everybody but me apparently has been waiting for. I've got a great challenge here. We're either looking at toasted marshmallows or stink bugs. I'm personally hoping not for the latter, but let's see how my luck holds out. These are either toasted marshmallows or stink bugs. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally hate stink bugs. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. They're the most disgusting, foul creatures that have been cursed to cross our planet's surface. In Pittsburgh, they are the nightmare of summer. They make you not want to even go outside. It's even terrifying to just pass out on your porch with your mouth open. They are foul. They are demon creatures. Do you even know what a stink bug is? Comment down below if you don't. And if you do, tell us why you hate them too. Now, because I hate stink bugs so much, I'm going to try this challenge. And I'm either going to be rewarded graciously with my favorite, a toasted marshmallow, or I'm going to get very angry very quickly. Let's find out. Oh, I know that taste all too well, believe you and me. That is a toasted s'more tasting jelly bean. Whew. That was a very rewarding challenge, folks. I don't know if I need to tempt fate. I've got 50-50 odds left. Let's see what happens. But first, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this s'more jelly bean. I know it's not a s'more. Just let me at least believe it is before I maybe have to eat a stink bug. All right, bottoms up. Yeah, that's holy. Whew. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. That's a emblematic of a stink bug. And honestly, maybe one of the foulest things I've actually ever eaten. And mind you, I tried blended KFC and Taco Bell, and that was no joke. Alright, I'm gonna finish this. And the worst part is it gets stuck in your teeth, so you'll be just like drinking some water 10 minutes later, and all of a sudden, boom, the stink bug comes right back at you. Alright, let's just swallow it and get it over. Okay. Alright. Now, moment. Try to get the extra. Okay. Nope, still there a little bit. That's the problem with these olfactory candies. Even after you really gotta rinse out your mouth to really get rid of that, or just give it a couple of good solid minutes, or maybe just wash it down with something not as gross. Oh, that's the least bad. Oh, thank you, sweet tarts. Oh, thank you, sweet tarts. Alright, folks, we got another fun food science fact for you. Did you know that a lot of jelly beans actually used to contain gelatin, which made them not only not kosher, but also not vegan? So they've made a strong switch to not only beeswax, but I believe it's called carnauba wax? And cheat a little bit. Yep, carnauba wax. And they use those to replace the gelatin, so not only one, can they get kosher certifications, but they can two, also present a vegan-friendly statement. Because let's be honest, it's basically just sugar. I mean, it is literally sugar rolled in corn syrup with some more sugar and some flavor and some color. That's it. It's like 3 parts sugar, 1 part other stuff, not sugar really. And the key aspect of all this was the gelatin. Gelatin comes from bone and sinew extract from a lot of animals, most commonly pig, pork, and others. That's what prevents them from not only being able to be kosher certified, but then also vegan certification. 2 pretty critical food trends. And now we've got one final challenge to get into. We've got here in front of us what is either dirty socks or Tutti Frutti. Oh yeah, Tutti Frutti. Oh yeah, woo! Alright folks, now there's 5 of these, and it could be Tutti Frutti or dirty socks. Been here before? Now, let's see how our luck pans out. There it is. Tutti Frutti! Oh yeah! Thank good it wasn't dirty socks. You really taste that fruity aromatic extract starting to really just fill your nostrils, fill your nasal cavity. So delicious, so sweet. Can't beat it. Almost reminds me a little bit of like original flavored bubblegum, if you will. Alright, let's see how our luck holds up. Now let's see if our luck holds up again. Wow! 2 for 2. I'm really scared. Well, let's see if we can't hold up with more Tutti Frutti. Please don't be dirty socks. Well, I gotta finish what I got going on first. And believe you and me, folks, we got a lot of exciting things. I can't even tell you how exciting they are because they would quite literally blow your mind. So I've got to keep it on the wraps, on the DL, as the kids like to say. But don't you worry, don't you fret. There's some fun, exciting things coming up. Hopefully not dirty socks. No way. 3 for 3? Maybe they just messed up and did put any dirty socks in this one. That would be a real treat. All right, don't be dirty socks. I'm sitting here in disbelief, folks. 4 for 4? Like a Wendy's special deal? I don't know if anybody's doing a 5 for 5. There certainly ain't no more $5 footlongs. Ain't that right, Johnny Aardvark?
Yes, there's no more $5 footlongs at Subway.
Please don't be dirty socks. Okay. Either I don't know what Tutti Frutti tastes like, or we genuinely just hit a golden trifecta rainbow or something. Because not one of those tasted like dirty socks. And believe me, those, I actually know what they taste like. But we're not going to get into that story here. Alright, now that I've made it to the end of that journey, filled with all kinds of vile, disgusting, flavorless, putrid, rancid, unappetizing, despicable flavors, and after I ate the whole box at once, I think I've earned myself a little bit of a treat. So now it's time for that sweet treat that I've saved for myself all the way to the end. And in the spirit of Easter, we've got a chocolate bunny. And as we all know, the chocolate bunny only has one natural born predator, a beast that stalks it day and night. Whether it's Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad, the beast that stalks these precious creatures all the same. The Aardvark. Alright, folks. We had another fun-filled food adventure today, and we really are grateful for all of you joining us and watching along. I can't tell you how much fun I have making these videos, and I really hope they entertain y'all, especially my little stories and anecdotes, my dancing and my singing. And if you liked what you saw, don't forget to like the video, toss us a subscribe, click that little bell notification if you want to stay up to date on all of the Aardvark adventures, and comment down below what your favorite candy is. And if you had to pick any flavor not to try, which one would that be? As always, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Just a little secret, we're gonna blow something up soon. That's it, subscribe!